Hello, beautiful people. There are some of the occasions today I want to make sure that I'm straightforwarding them and making sure that no one is tampering with it because I've seen much of the people are talking about Bushman dude, talking about the Gabi, who is the fake Muzungu in Kenya right now here, and they're talking about much of the things about the land grab right now of the road that was graded yesterday from the main point, which is the main junction, to Maro Villa. And the real fact, I've just passed through that position. What I can just tell and what I can just tell you is there's no land grab I've seen there. And you know, both parties, they came together. And both parties, they were told that, do you allow that this road should pass here? Because I've intervened much of the people, I've intervened how the way is going. But what I've seen is much of the respect sometimes is about yesterday the grader came and it graded that road. And the people are talking about that mother is crying. Whenever I passed there, because even me, I had such kind of a cry, I passed through there, but I never found any kind of miscellaneous or land grab because I saw the road, it's measuring it was around 3 meters. I think it's 3 meters, and it is 3 meters from the first to the finish point of the villa. And the people talking about the mother is crying about the land. I've passed there, guys. I could have given you the real fact. I've seen it. It's now trending about the land grab. No. There's no land grab there, and to this point, I can say that there's no land grab. It's just taking place at that position. Not that I'm taking this position to say that Kenge is somebody who is good, but it's not the courtesy of Kenge. It was courtesy of the Cecil, the Jamaican guy, who is just on the villa making sure that he's promoting the village too. And I think one person cannot say that the land has been taken to his position from her position, but the real fact is that land, how it is, everyone is now benefiting because it's measuring from one point to another, and the entrance of the people penetrating to make sure that they're entering into the certain their homes there. And I think the road was very good because I've intervened much of the people. Even I've passed through that mother, I've got the guy, and they're talking about they have done a very meticulous job because the road was shaggy, it was bad. Now it's renovated and it's graded well. Now they can pass, and I think it's achievement that they have made unto that village. One of the best achievement I've seen on top of everything they have ever done. And unto this, the only person who was very fake was the Didi uncle who came and did something what was not good, grabbing the land. And that's how I want to go straight to the point. Whenever it's straight to the point, let's call it a spoon. Keep it locked. Hello, beautiful people. Kaboom! Fantastic. Wherever you are, let's roll out. My camera is cameraing here. Fantastic. Wherever you are, guys, let's keep tuned. Keep it locked. I have to tuck in my shirt so as everything can be coming to you live. It's one-on-one from this segment of today. Fantastic. Let's go. Whatever you had, it's underscore Gintu back again to the root of today, and gonna be very fantastic coming out from this session. And today is coming very, very neatly. And today it's not much of a harassment or discussion that's not favoring the community today. And here we are today, guys. It's a very congratulations to the village, and also a very big congratulations to Ayamaro again, because whenever we call it a spade, because he has done something meticulous due to the courtesy of the Jamaican people, and they have just constructed, which is called grading up the road, which is rehabilitating the road. And it has been so fantastic coming out from this position. And to this, it's kudos to them, because they have helped much of the families whoever are just attached at the segments of such kind of a road. Most of the people going to be talking about why couldn't the government do such kind of a thing. That is not a government road. One, it's not a bitumen road. Number two, it's not a security road. Three, it's not a county road. 4. It's not an extra county road, 5. And also it's not a Kenha road, 6. And it's not a Nema road. So it's just a community came together and talk about let's have a road here which will be subjecting our families and also our homes to this kind of the way forward. And into that, and I saw some of the people, and to this I can just rectify it, because let's call a spade a spade. It's not called a scooping spade, or it's not called a shovel. Again, let's call it a spade, because much of the people I saw, they're talking about the machine. Whenever it came, it just hindered some of people's plots. And I've just come through there because, guys, it's one-on-one always, and I'm going to be coming with you the truth. I've passed through that position from where it started until Marwa gets there. I've reached onto that position. I've seen there's nothing was harmed, and everything was so fantastic. The road was constructed in a way that it was very much considering the people's plots and also the people's urge about how it could be. And the people who are always complaining right now, I can just see the people who are subjected to its road, and the people who are just near that road. And into this fact, I can just say it a spade, because I've passed there. Some people had some complainants yesterday, but whenever I've reached there, I've seen no. If it's now going to entitlement on how the things are gonna be running, it was not constructed bad, guys. This is the fact. And also I'm gonna be talking about the villagers now are so enjoying. And guys, I do have to collect data from it's not only from one person. I have to collect data from much of like five families, so as whenever I get the real data, I'm gonna be subjecting to you. Not that I can just rush to the point and talk about no, that road, some people are just complaining that kind of a machine, talk about the grader machine went and scooped the soil from the other people's property and brought it to the road, or the road was now going inside. No, the road was constructed very well, guys, to this. And you saw Nasto yesterday broadcasted it live, and it was so fantastic. And I can say that that was achievement, one of the biggest achievement I've seen Kenge courtesy it has brought onto the position. And into that, congratulations. Congrats very much. Congratulations. And I want to be saying this as a fact, because I've reached there. I found now children are playing onto the road, and they're talking about, hey, now it's very smooth. Even now motorbikes are passing like a safari rally. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, exactly. And into that I can say, kudos for that one. And we're gonna be saying that thank you very much again. And these people, the Jamaica, not only spotting, they do have some areas there. Not only talking about now it's constructing only Kenge road here. You have to make sure that you are going even to the interior people. Go and look, some people don't have roads there. But what we have brought here, it's a same village, the way you could be going outside there, and it has brought much of the tension, and it's very, very well constructed. Into that, kudos to everyone who has put his position there. I saw Mr. Cecile was the one who was in that position to make sure that everything was very, very good renovated onto that position. For the courtesy of Marwa, kudos for that one. And also Mr. Cecile, kudos to you. He's the one who is now having much brain than the other one who was here talking about hindering some people's plots here and grabbing some plots here. So we have to bear with the circumstances into that. So whenever he comes back, he sees such kind of the things that Mr. Ceci is doing into this position, so as he can just remain not only talking about it, everything is for me. So that one can just hinder some of the emotions, and we are going to be coming to you live. And whenever you do something good, we're going to be coming and say that is good. And for that, guys, if I just bored onto that one, I'm just sorry for you, because and I'm very, very sorry if I'm just boring you, because I'll say a spade is a spade. Not only talk about this is going wrong, this way always wrong. We have to put sometimes a good thing inside. So as not only people think about these people are not doing anything good, always it is the force, and the truth has to prevail whenever the truth is coming. But it's just a 1 out of 10. But they have to increase it to a little bit of 5 or 4 out of 10. So as we can just say that they have done it, by the way. But right now, we're going to be saying you have tried, and I think now you are being focused. And for the people who brought such kind of a platform, I know it's from the government also, because the machine, maybe it's a private sector, they just went and hired. And guys, if you want to chip in such kind of the things, make sure that they're paying per hour and the fuel is yours. Talk about the fueling is you. And that's how it works. Because I can just give you a small synopsis. When you, during the past time and due to before I could just join this platform of YouTube, I can just say you this. Let me give you a story. And this is the real story that I'm going to be giving you right now. In the past, from when I was just in school, I used to make sure that I'm hustling to make sure I'm sustaining my sustainabilities and I'm sustaining my family's sustainabilities too. So it was very hard for me to learn in high school. I had to transfer school because the first school I was, there was a very increase of the fees and to the school. So I had to do what to have to migrate from that school so I can go to a school that's a little bit, the fees are a little bit lower. So from that position, I have to do something very meticulous. I have to hustle, make sure that the things are coming. And it was a day school. I will go and come back home. I could go and come back home because the previous school I was, it is whenever they are sending people home, fee of 40,000. Gintu is among the people who are just being chased. Always the road was like my football. It was like Ugali in Africa. So every time you will see Gintu in the road. Whenever they send people of 35,000 and above, Gintu is on the road. Whenever they send 30,000 and above, Gintu is on the road. 25 into the, so it was going and coming. So it was like a routine. I've been, maybe even the register had been written. So even whenever the teacher comes to the class, we will hear that, hey, Gintu today is not going home. What are you doing? Have you paid? Even if the teacher comes, the first person will be asked, hey, Gintu, have you paid the fee? Are you sure? Are you sure? Let's go to the office. So they have to make sure that Gintu is always, it was so chaotic, so flabbergastic, and I never wanted to be in such kind of a scenario because you have to know how the families are. Because we were four brothers and one sister, both in high school at the same time. And you know, I was the smallest school that was paying a less fee of 53,000. And now the other people now were paying more than me. So I had to quit because I was the youngest. So can your brother, the big brother, or the you youngest, you have to drop out of school. So it's only me had to drop so as I can get out a little bit so the other ones can continue. So as I can go to a simple school that I can just learn. And that's how the life went. And I was so good in terms of that. So from that position, I finished my Form 4. Then I inserted myself in loading and offloading procedures. And loading and offloading, my friend, hey, it was something else, guys. Let me tell you. Whenever I was talking about the loading and offloading, I could just go, I liked loading the cements. And whenever I see that it's the cement being loaded, I was the best in that because a cement bag is just carrying, there's no much of it's only dust. And I really liked cement because it's payable. Whenever one cement is 10 shillings, whenever you carry 50 cements, 500 shillings, it could be very, very fantastic, a good pay to me. And one day, I went and my brother told me, hey, there's a job somewhere of loading and offloading. Can you do it? I talked about no problem. No hesitation anymore. Let's go to the work. Then I went back to that position and he went and dropped me there and talked about, now talk to those people, they give you a work. It was offloading cement from a very big truck, very big one. So as you can just, the truck that carries more than 600 cements. So we were 4 people to offload it and put it in the store. I was part of it and the people are talking about, this person is fire. This person is fire. So how, this person, is fire. So it's the first time. And now I added myself an added advantage, added certificate about now. I'm good in terms of that. So they were talking about, bro, whenever now the other one comes, we will be calling you. Then a little bit before I could just finish, it was the last cement I was carrying. One of the person came who was carrying some cement to one of the site with one of the vehicle called the pickup. So he told me that, hey, wait, Kijana, can you load me here with cement? Can you do it? I talked about how many cement. Don't talk about can you do it. I'm doing it already. Talk about how many cements do you want. So he talked about give me 50 cement. Hey, I could load cement. Guys, this is the fact. I could load cement, 50 cements In 20 minutes, 50 cements are already loaded. Me taking it from store to the vehicle and sitting on top of the cement so as we can go, and because during that time people can see you are looking like let's talk about you are from the past. Let me show you. During that time you are sweating the way this water is flowing onto me. You are water is flowing, not only water, you are sweating, my friend. Even whenever somebody can just touch you are inside. Hey, people will just run, talk about it is a furnace. You are hot, you are watery everywhere, because now cement is not a joke. And we don't, the only thing we have is a mask. So the other body from on top of the shoulders, everything downwards, confusing. So you will think that people are coming from the past, and that was the fact. So I loaded the cement, then we went to offload it onto one of the certain hotel called Joffa Hotel. I always go there, so as I stocked there some fish. One day I'll just broadcast it live to you. And from that position I had about, okay, no problem, I offloaded. Then I talked about we are bringing another trip, 50 of them. Hey, it was my first day. I offloaded 600. Then I went for 50. I offloaded. Then we came for another 50 so as we can go and offload. They were needing 100. Then we went, I loaded. Then I went and offloaded. Very short period of time. You know, guys, during the work, the only thing that gives people advantage is how you do it. How are you carrying out your work? How are you determined? How are you focused? That it was my first day because I was just struggling at home, and I had planted some millet at home there, and now can I stand there so the millet can grow and be rich, and I'm just standing there. I should add, we have added advantage during the screw. Whenever the screw is turned to correctly in the brain, you are now becoming thinkative outside. So I had to make sure that I'm looking for an extra job, because now I'm a Form 4. I got a grade to go to the college so as I can learn for something called genetics engineering. But due to the fee conscience and fee heterozygous and fee shenanigans, fee telenovela, I could not go anywhere because they were needing much of the money. I could not go for genetics engineering, but I was the best during the genetics engineering. I could do the best, but due to unconditional circumstances, God knows why. Now from genetics engineering, I went to offloading and loading. And people think about, bro, you passed well. Why are you not in school? I'm just looking for genetics engineering, because now I have to find my genes, Now I have to fight my genes. Not only going to discover my genes, I have to work my genes here. I have the genes have to work here. Fantastic. So my phenomenon, it's called what? Phenotypic and phenotypic engineer. Even it's now evaporating. Forgone is forgone. Fantastic. So I had to do one thing. We went back and loaded the cement again. Then we went back to the same center. Then the boss came, who was down to that position, talked about, Hey, I saw here like 20 minutes ago. Have you already loaded the cement? How many people are loading there? I talked about I'm the only one. Where is the driver? The driver is a little bit gone there. Do you know how to drive? I talked about I don't know how to drive yet, because during that time I had not known how to drive. The only thing I could drive is maybe drive somebody crazy, maybe drive a car crazy. That's the only thing I could do very much. But due to unconditional circumstances, now I had to say that I have no idea of how to driving. The boss told me that, you are now superpower. Fantastic. I like the work you are doing. Then I went back. Then one day my brother told me, now you have to load cement to the big trucks, not the small. Because I was working very meticulously. Like, give me like, 50 cement, it's around 500 shillings. So 100, it's 1,000. So for a short period of time of like 1 hour, I've already worked with 1,000 already. And it was very meticulous. I liked cement because it was the much paying for me. Then one day my brother told me, I told my brother, today there's no work here. I've just stayed here. There's no cement loading here. Can you give me a work there? My brother told me, come, I give you a work. We went to load the sand. You know, now loading the sand, it's 50 shillings. Not only like the cement. You know, 5 cement is 50 shillings. Now, loading one trip, which is a one trip of tipper, which was 50 shillings. Now it has been increased during that time. So you could load it very sweating, loading, very sweating, loading. Then whenever it's full, it goes and pour it down. You know, it tinches. It erects something there and it tinches and things come down. Fantastic. So from that position, I was about, this is the hard work. Then they went me with hardcore bricks. We could just do such kind of the things. Then I saw, but this work is so fantastic. This work is, it's so hot. So my brother told me next day, you are going to load some cements, 220 cements, and tomorrow morning, we are going to a certain position. We are going to deliver the cement 220. You know, 220, that's 11 tons. People who know how to calculate. 50, talk about one bag of cement is 50 kgs. So 220, how many kgs? Which is now 11 tons, calculative. You have to calculate into the mind. Fantastic. So that's when now the weighbridge that can allow you to pass through the weighbridge. You have 11 tons. So he had to wake up very early in the morning. Very early in the morning, to maperas. Gaba, panda. Exactly. So I had to make sure that everything is now. I had to wake up very early in the morning, like 1 in the night. During the 1, 00, then 1. 1, that 1 of AM. Very late in the night. Yeah, that one. So I had to wake up very early in the morning to make sure that I'm going to load 220 cement alone. And I went. And you know, now my brother, whenever I was now doing such kind of the thing, he started showing me, you know, this is how the starting is attached. You know, now you are hey, even you don't see forward. You know, whenever you are starting to drive, for the people whoever started how to drive, you can just bear with my circumstances. That whenever you're starting, the starting is this way, you touch it this way, but you cannot touch forward. You want to see how the fuel is pumped down here and how to put a gear. You know, you have to look at how the gear should enter, and you don't see forward. You'll find you are kicking somebody like a Cherokee drum, you know. So it was very hard for me to learn in first time because I started with a bigger machine. So from there now I started now knowing 2-3 things on how to drive. Then one day I was promoted to a co-driver. From there now I was promoted to a driver. Then from now a driver, one day boss came and talked about, hey bro, I like how you do your work. So I want to promote you. Now the story begins. This is where now the story begins from. So that promotion, I will be promoted from being a driver to go to work to the hotel, and the only thing in the hotel I could do is to be a security, which is a bodyguard, and also a bouncer. Have you ever seen the bouncers in the club? I was one of the bouncers. So my friend, it was very disgusting. But for me, due to my little knowledge during that time, I heard that, okay, I don't want you to be in shaggy this way. I want you one day, you wear a suit. That was the words from the boss always. Very promising words. I want you to be in a suit. I want you to be in a suit. You look very fantastic. You look very gentleman machine. Now we went forward and talked about, okay, how do you want me to wear that suit? I was told you are going for a training before the hotel could be open. You are going for a training of 2 months, and make sure that whenever you are returning, you are coming as now a very mature person and very interrogative and very good person in terms of security purposes. So I was picked to one of a certain area so as I could just be trained in terms of gymnastic, in terms of do's and don'ts of the hotel. I don't know what. It was so many, even arms, and talk about even how to use arms, every kind of the arms there. So I could have such kind of an idea, and it was very fantastic. I was about, okay, how the things gonna be going now. So I was returned back to the center. Make sure that I'm doing what? I'm coming to make sure that now the security to be provided very equally and simultaneously to the equation, which is perpendicular per unit time. Exactly. So my first experience, now the hotel was open. Now Gintu is in a suit. Not only the jumpsuit always of driving and very, very big shoes of pumping what? Pumping oil. No, pumping fuel. You know, now the big trucks, you have to press it very, very firmly so as it can hear the fuel is now flowing. So I had to do what? I had to make sure that everything is coming very fantastic. Exactly. And I went ahead. Now my work was one. I was put in the main gate to make sure that everybody who is coming in, I have to search the arms, if it's just armed and something like that one. So you can just, you are given the detector, you are now detecting everything. But ladies, they were entering for free because we never had a lady who could just interrogate them. So, hey, my friend, it was very hard. How can you know a person coming with a fiance talking about, oh, that gate, we know it, they are searching only men. So, ladies, you just pass with your even a bag. So, we are only searching for the bags. But the other things, the lady, you cannot search a lady anywhere. Fantastic. So, that was the idea. And now what triggered me that this kind of a work is going to be so disgusting is that the boss is telling you, and that's why I don't want these works of the bosses anymore. Because they're telling you, I don't want somebody else to come into this position next time. Make sure that whenever he reaches here, tell him you don't need him into this hotel. Whenever that person comes, you are the one who is at the gate. Now you have to stop the guy. Hey, stop it. Due to unconditional circumstances and due to respect and how the things are coming, and an order from the boss is coming right now, and you are no longer needed unto this position and you are suspended. We don't need any kind of your customization here. And the same person now, he talks about I'm the one who has denied the guy the entry. Now the beef is now created into that position. Now it's not Gintu. Now the beef is not the boss. Now the beef is created between Gintu and that person who is denied. Talking about you young boy, you came here last time, you are just here, you don't know even how to drink, you don't know how to liquor. Now you are just talking about you don't need me here. Like who? As who? By who? With who? To who? It was something very, very annoying. And I was about, now this thing will bring chaos because I'm now the one who is being told, again, to make sure that this person doesn't enter here. And whenever that person comes, I'm the one who is denying the entry of that person. Now that person talks about Gintu has denied me. I'm going to check you. So it will be like now you are creating enemies from one place to another. So it means that we will not move from one place to another. I was so disgusting, and I saw that this work, it's very, very hard. And before I could just go to the security, in the morning I could do cooking for the people who are just talk about the staff members during at the hotel. I could cook for the staff members, and at night I'm the security. Top security is there. Then the work was simultaneous. So one day, like whenever I'm in off, they call me so as I can cook for the staffs, and sometimes I chop in the kitchen to cook for. Talk about broke there some eggs. I break eggs. I want us to stir some of the cake. I stir the cake. Cut me some meat. I cut. Chop some potatoes. I chop some potatoes for French fries. So I was enjoying that work than the other work of the gate, but it was the one who was paying me. And I was, what can I do to do this kind of the thing? So one day I decided that let me look for a school. Whenever I get a school, I'm going to learn. I swear I'm going to learn in terms of catering and accommodation. So one day, I just sent some of the requests to the schools. So I got some appointment in one of the biggest school in Nairobi, and I was offered to be studying there as a catering and accommodation diploma guy. It was 2 years. So I went first year. Then in that first year, it was the same first year that I was employed again. The same I'm working there, and in Nairobi, you know, now you have to hustle. It's it's either you hustle or you be hustled. You know, you cannot eat for free. That's now in the city. What I talk about the city like Nairobi, it's either you hustle or you be in the like of the Bible. If you can just hear the Bible how they were saying, if you don't do, don't eat. So that's how it is in Nairobi. And I knew that I have to work very much. I have to work so that I can make sure that my own things are coming very valid. So I did one thing. I started working there, and one day I was told it was like attachment. So I was working for free whenever I'm during the night time. You know, in the talk about it is called Chicken Inn, but it's the restaurants that offer fast food. So whenever I was working there, they were talking about come at night. In the daytime you are in school, and at night I'm just working in the Chicken Inn, which is the fast food. To prepare, to do some 2-3 things. Talk about the fast food is always with some drinks there, squashes there. Talk about some French fries there. Talk about the chicken, which is now marinated very much. So my work was to marinate and put them onto the oven to make sure that they're simmering and they're just cooking or they're roasting very well. And I was very good in that. And one day, one of the staff went, and I was told that you have to make sure that now you are going to that position. So I had to shift. Now I had to shift from attachment now to internship direct. And I was still a student. And now my year went there, and I was earning a little bit there to pay some of 2-3 areas in the town. And that's how the work went. So from there, I went back to school the second year. I worked there. Whenever I finish my exam, you have to go to the second attachment again. So I went to a certain hotel, which was an international hotel, 2022. Can just remember, an international hotel. And I started in January, and it was called, what's the name of that hotel? Even it's just evaporating from my head because it was chaotic. It was chaotic, very chaotic. So I worked there, and it was called Hilton Hotel. I worked there for January, February. A lot of February, March there, Corona now had hit very much. It was now no international visitors are coming to Kenya. It has to be shutting off, and it was shut down. So even now Gindu was shut down massively. And I was in attachment. Even not even employed now could be. I was just earning 3,000 Kenya shillings per month as a SOP because I was in attachment. And sometimes there some tips are there. Sometimes you know, I could cook, I could serve, and I could accommodate. So sometimes you'll find me in the kitchen. Sometimes you'll find me as a cook there in the kitchen. Sometimes you'll find me as a server, which is talk about the waiters, the waitress. You'll find me in the talk about a restaurant there, making sure that the squashes, the mocktails, and the cocktails are mixed very properly. And also I worked as a barman sometimes, as an assistant barman. So even sometimes you find me in a suspense bar. So I was doing such kind of the things. So I decided that, okay, and now this kind of the stuff is being closed. The same day we were told tomorrow don't come back to work, we got some visitors from the United States of America. Now this was the turning point of me. Let me tell you the fact. During that day, we were told tomorrow don't come back to work because now the work is done. The hotel gonna be shut down. Now, but it could not be shut down completely, but there are guests who are coming who could not need much of the services. They could need much of less services. So they had the people who are being selected. You know, even here in Kenya, tribalism is there, and they see how punctuality you are. So that day now, one of the guests who was the president, who, you know, whenever we have an organization in Kenya, sponsored by the United States, a person who is sent to make sure that is taking care of that organization is called a president. So one day, United States sent one of the people to Nairobi, and they came to that hotel, never knowing that the following day it could be closed. So I was the one who was told, go and serve those people. Whenever I reached there to ask for the menu, they asked for the menu so that I can just give them the menu, then write down their menu, what they want. You know, you have to start with the starter, you have the main meal, you have which is called the dessert, then you finish with what? With the coffee. So you have that details and everything. So there were 3 guests, 2 Wazungus and 1 African, a woman. Then a woman was wearing one of like a sweater, no, it was like a sweater, but it had a logo here called Kenya Relief Organization. I was about, this person, I might know this kind of a company. So whenever I served them, then I went to get them, get their hands, to wash their hands. Then I asked, hey, but this organization, no, now you have to talk small. You know, it's an international hotel. So I have to talk small. Hey, madam. How are you? I'm very fine. Hey, but this shirt, it was like a sweater, but a light sweater. looks to me familiar. Is it an organization I know, Kenya Relief Organization I know? She talked about, yeah, you know Kenya Relief Organization? I talk about, yes. She asks me, where are you coming from? I talked about, I'm coming from Migori County. And she said that, okay, go and serve there, then come back. I'll just take care of you. Then whenever I went, then I came back. She told me that, oh, why are you? I talked about tomorrow you're gonna not be coming back to the work. So everything is now, everything is just bad. She told me that tomorrow I'm traveling to my position, which is Kenya Relief Organization. Can you come there tomorrow? I talk about, no, I'll have to make sure that I'm taking my old things, my luggages from here, as I'm gonna be packing, make sure that I'm coming to that position. She told me that on Monday, come. Then whenever you come, we shall talk much. Then I talk about, thank you very much, Lord. The following day, the hotel was shut down. I was about, oh my living God, what is this? So I had to make sure that I'm packing my old things so as I can just leave to that organization. I was very, very much secure. Then I came now home. It was on a weekend, on Saturday. Now the day we met, it was on Thursday. So we met on Saturday. Now on Saturday I came back home in Migori County here, and I finished my course. Now it was in attachment. Now the hotel is closed. So where is the attachment going? Even the person who is coming to assess you, nothing offered. Hey Rosa, mambo? Mboga na shanga sijui walifunga ng'ombe tena. Aiswa njuone. Guys, yesterday, you know, I talked about people could just come and take the other talk about the greens that could be here, but they have already put here some cows and they have cleared everything. So I want to weed it and make sure that I'm planting something else. Mdogo, mbona unapeha niaki? Nsaga zilikuwa, mbona hukuja jana? Aki walai, ona huko. Walishafunga ng'ombe zikakula wasai. Ona huko saga zilikuwa huko. Ona hapa katikati. Si unaona hata huko makovi yashakuliwa yote. Mbona unafunga ng'ombe? I don't know. Hapana, rambo liko sawa. Hapo si nikianguka na kufa. Mdogo, nitapitia huko nitakupatia kasukari, nitapitia huko. Takunulia mboga sasa. Sawa. Mdogo, sasa wewe nakupromise afu na wewe unanipromise. Sasa nani atapromisiana mwingine sasa? I'm promising you, you're promising me. Hapo. Yote ni yake. Yote mpaka huko mwisho. Kuna masoja, kuna mang'ombe hapa hata wanachunga. Mdogo, nitapitia huko. Haya. Yeah. Ile pande ile. Ile mahindi ya pande ile. Ai, mahindi hapa ni kubwa. Guys are talking about the maize harvesting here. It's about to get. I'm not taking you. Si unaona mali imemulika. So guys, I had now to decide on what to do next. So whenever I reached into the position, so one day now I talked about, let me now go to that position and got what? Let me go there and make sure that I'm getting the job. So I analyzed myself, then I went there very early in the morning to that institution. Then I got that, she was a HR, which is a HR, you know, a HR. HR is in Ifuru is what? Resource management, HR, something like that. Head of resources, something like that. So whenever I got the guy, she told me that, okay, you have come to work, okay, this is the institution, and it was a Kenya Relief Organization in short. It was an organization that supports the orphanage, and also it had a school that people are coming to learn there, and it was supporting much of the children and to the society. So I was part of the cooks who could be, the chefs who could be cooking for the visitors who are coming from United States, because they have a group, a certain groups that they have formulated a whole year. Because after every 1 week they are coming to the institution, making sure that they're coming to see how the institution is running. Sometimes they could be having some teachers, sometimes they have a hospital, sometimes they're going to be having some doctors there, surgeonists there, nurses there, sometimes they're going to be coming for ventures, you know. That's how it was working. Then I talked about, okay, now this is the position I want to work, and I was employed because they found me in a very big hotel there. Then whenever I was working, and to that institution, I was very perfect, and I was just learning 2-3 things on how everything is running, and I knew how to cook. I knew how to cook some cakes. Now I had perfected it very much. And talk about samosa. If you know the samosa, I was cooking it very much. So it was so impressive. Then the work continues as usual. And one day, one of the people was sent from Kenyatta University, one of the students there who is learning the IT. So that guy was sent via the United States. I think the program of, we have the embassies here. The guy was a very elite guy. And whenever he came, he was my best friend. He told me that I'm coming here for some attachments here. And it was not attachment. He came to look at how the program of the Kenya Relief is running. He was like a hacker. You know, sometimes these people know how to trick. He came like an attachment guy. That I'm coming here as an attachment. I am in year 2 and I want to get a job and I want to, I am an HR. So the HR was very much, the guy was very good in computing. And the HR trusted that guy and talked about, you know, sometimes like this one's now you have to finish this one's here. I have another thing to done there. So finish this one's here, wrapped this and this and this. Make sure that you are seducing everything into this. So the guy was perusing everything. Now the HR office, it's his. And sometimes the CEO is not around. CEO even sometimes gives him, because he was an elite in terms of computing, he was even helping people there. Even the accounting, sometimes he could just go there. And he was my best friend. One day he told me, bro, you know, I'm a 4th year and I'm graduating this year and I'm sent here as a mission because we searched in websites for a work and I got the work. So and I was called via the United Nations and I was told to go to the embassy. I could get one of the agents there office. I cannot say the office because he told me even the office. Then whenever you reach there, make sure that you're meeting with that person. He's a gentleman, and make sure that you are conversing the way we talked about. Okay. So whenever I reached there, I found that I was being told that this is the work for you to do because it was a holiday. Go and do it for 1 month and bring the feedback. So the guy, that's why he went there, so as he can do the perusing and know how that, even that's why I knew not only the Kenge is a scammer, even Europeans, even these people are whitish, they are so scamming. When now the United, talk about the embassy, came to know the reality because the guy was computing and sending the data to the guy who was told that this is an IT office of talk about that embassy. Make sure that everything you are channeling it there, and make sure that no one knows your tricks and what are you going there for. So the guy was so fantastic and he was working there. Even you can just find himself crossing the office even very, very late night. Talking about the work was very heavy because some of the wazungu are coming from outside there. I have to make sure that everything is aligned up. They have to know, are they sickle celled? Are they allergic to what? Are they sickness to what? What can you take? What don't you want to take? So it was having to be analyzed into the system. Then from there, now the Kenya Relief was stand still. Now the wazungu were coming. They were told, pause a little bit. We want to make a shift there. Because we have seen some things are cornering. Because whenever these people are coming with huge bags to the children, the bags now, that CEO or the president had a connection to one of the shops there. They were now channeling there. Some bags that are coming, you know, whenever they're coming with briefcases, bags, they are so new, they are so fantastic. They have just selected one thing, which is Wagwan. You know, whenever now they land here, only children are given with the talk about how can packaging bags, but packaging bags which are the polythenes. But the bags that they came with those things, because those people are sponsors, they come with something for you to sponsor you, the kid you are sponsoring there, or you are taking care. So whenever they reach here, the guy is given with a polythene paper, and the bags are gone to one of the shops to be sold there. As now you know, it was after every 1 week. the Wazungus were coming to Kenya. And that's when I knew even these Wazungus sometimes are corrupt. And that's why the shift was put into that kind of an institution, and it was now put out. So we were told that now the people are not coming, so we make sure that we are going home for 1 week as we rectify everything, then we'll be coming back. So that's what the time I came to this fish farming to harvest fish. So whenever I harvest fish, because that was a little period of time, I could have a little time. Because whenever the Wazungu are there, there's no time for you to go out, there's no time for you to go where. So it was very, very fantastic. So I could come and harvest. That's the time now I came and I found I am Marwa live. And I said that I am harvesting fish, come and buy. Tell even Mayugun if he's there, come and buy the fish. So they came here and I was told now you can be introduced to YouTube. I've never gone back there. And I'm very sorry, I've never gone back because I was called and I told them that I have another work because I was now an engineer constructing Ayamaro Fish Pond. And now I knew that the work now here is very fantastic. But due to unconditional circumstances, I was fired again. So I had to make sure that everything is coming to you live, and it's one-on-one broadcasting onto this kind of a channel called It's Underscore Gintu. And this is how the things are running up to date, and this is my life journey. And up to this point now, you are hearing Gintu is here and telling you the stories, and the stories are coming live, and it's one-on-one. So from wherever you are, like the video, subscribe, like if you have reached unto this end. Wagwan, and thank you very much for you reaching at this position, and it's going to be very, very awesome for you and everyone who is onto the position. I'm going to be saying that for one, again, I've said that thank you very much. Maro has done it again because he introduced me into this kind of the platform again to make sure that people are getting the content the way we are getting it right now. So keep it tuned, keep it locked because other things are going to be coming to you live and it's one-on-one. Keep it tuned, keep it locked.